Welcome! I am Lucy T and you are watching LucyTWWE, my weekly review show where I bestow upon you all of my awesome opinions on all things WWE. Thank you so much for tuning in and don't forget to subscribe. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who came out and supported my live show right here in New York City. And I'm sorry for missing last week's weekly review. I was so busy editing and promoting and posting and all of the things. You can check it out right here on LucyTWWE. Here are the top 10 happenings in the WWE this WWE week. Number 10, Total Bellas has been officially greenlit for season 4. So that's exciting. I love the Bellas and I'm obsessed with their clothing line, Birdie B. So I'm always happy when they're on top of the world. Also, how can you not melt at anything and everything that Birdie Joe does? And we'll be able to see behind the scenes of Daniel Bryan's comeback. That, let's face it, had us all crying. Speaking of Daniel Bryan, he has been totally untamed this week, which brings us to number 9. But before we can actually get into the Miz and Daniel Bryan, we need to set the stage. So this week, Miz and Mrs. debuted their 3rd episode on the USA Network, and here's a little mini review of the show. It's super fun. The Miz is awesome in everything he does, and I love the different side that we're seeing of Maurice. Plus, her mother, Marjo, is epic. So far, we've seen them plan a baby shower, take a nude photo shoot together, and we were even blessed with some scenes of Marjo sleeping and snoring in a CPR class. So on SmackDown Live this week, Byron Saxton interviewed The Miz via the Tron, which I'm never really a fan of. Like, why not just make it a full-blown backstage segment? And The Miz let it rip like a fat kid farting about all of his feelings towards Daniel Bryan that have been building up for the past 8 years. Which brings us to number 8. So while explaining that The Miz is only agreeing to fight Daniel Bryan at SummerSlam for Daniel Bryan's sake, because The Miz doesn't need the boost in his own career, Daniel Bryan comes out of nowhere. All right, Randy Orton, and attacks The Miz. I thought this was a really good move on Daniel Bryan's part in order to solidify his rage towards The Miz leading up to their match at SummerSlam. The Miz did not feel the same way though, and expressed these anger emotions with some flowers in a vase, smashed on Daniel Bryan's head. You guys, I am really excited for this match, and thank you WWE gods for not making the WWE universe wait until WrestleMania for this feud to bubble up. Number 7, Shinsuke Nakamura and R-Truth had a moment this week. So that happened. I don't know why though. Does anyone know? Anyone know? Please contact the anonymous tip line at LucyTWWE. The number is 1-800-WHY though, I don't know. Glad to see R-Truth is bringing back the hilarious fucking weirdo gimmick though. Number 6, say it ain't so. 8 in English. Why do you keep playing games with my heart? No, baby. Rusev Day needs to stay intact, and I was so excited that this week, early on at SmackDown Live, Lana and Rusev forgave Aiden English for causing both of their matches, only for him to do it again. Even after Rusev specifically said, Aiden, you good, but you should stay away for tonight, just to be safe. I am not ready for any kind of dismantling of Rusev Day. Also, how has Lana not been beating Zelina more? She's Thumbelina. And number 5 this week, The New Day will be going to SummerSlam to take on the Bludgeon Brothers for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. I hope they get super hardcore like they did with the Usos, because that was amazing, and I feel like the Bludgeon Brothers are good at bringing that out in The New Day. And, well, any of their opponents, really. Because they suck. Number 4. Guys, I really think that Dean Ambrose is going to come back for SummerSlam. I know, I'm getting ahead of myself. But for number 4, we're going to be talking about Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre taking on Seth Rollins in a handicap match. It was supposed to be Dolph and Drew against Seth Rollins and a partner of his choosing, who ended up being Roman until Baron Corbin, aka the Constable, decided to play hall monitor and was all, if you fight tonight, then I'm gonna have Stephanie McMahon revoke your match against Brock Lesnar, Roman. And then the We Want Ambrose chants broke out like a glorious song, and they were loud and clear. I also felt really badly for Dolph Ziggler's jigglers this week. Ouch. Number 3, okay, Charlotte and Becky. I am super torn here. Becky definitely deserves to win the SmackDown Live Women's Championship because she has been robbed way many more times of the belt than Charlotte has. On one hand, I feel like WWE has learned that after the Sasha and Bayley feud, in order for any feud in the women's division to be dynamite, they need to make the heel turns quick and sharp. And I would love a heel Becky. But on the other hand, gearing up for what we know has to be women's tag titles coming, they probably want to keep certain alliances, aka Charlotte and Becky, together and align for that. Maybe a 4 horsewoman reunion? I have some more stewing to do over Charlotte and Becky. So make sure to tune into my SummerSlam predictions to see who I settle on. And leave some comments below on who you think is going to be walking out SmackDown Live Women's Champion at SummerSlam. Speaking of the women's division, the number 2 thing in the WWE this WWE week has got to be Ronda Rousey's singles debut on Monday Night Raw in the main event. She killed it! And to add a nice little cherry on top, I'm also relieved that WWE is taking Fox's return seriously and putting her to good use. Because even though she got beat, she also did technically main event Raw this week, even though the match started 5 minutes after Raw was supposed to end. Ronda's charisma gets better and better every week. And I also noticed how incredibly humble she is after every match, thanking everybody for not only coming to see her in person, but also people tuning in from home. You're welcome. And did y'all see that mic not only drop, but then fly back up again? Damn. All I can say is I'll be wearing a Rowdy shirt come SummerSlam. And the number 1 thing that happened in the WWE this WWE week, Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman, Paul Heyman. As a woman, I have learned over my dating career, if he's blocking your phone number, avoiding your children, and squeezing your face so hard you fall to the floor, and not in a good way, he's just not that into you. This really was pretty sad though. And I don't know who I felt worse for, Paul or Renee. So awkward. And Paul, I hate to break it to you, bud, but I don't actually think that you and Brock Lesnar will be riding off into any kind of sunset anytime soon. Or not even soon. I would love for Ronda to win at SummerSlam and Paul Heyman try to woo her from there. Woo! Who won this week? Definitely Monday Night Raw. Not only because of Paul Heyman's tears, but also because of Ronda Rousey. And there were not nearly as many filler matches as SmackDown Live had. That is all the time we have this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can catch my live show I did with all of your other favorite WWE YouTubers right here on LucyTWWE, so make sure to check that out. We talked our thoughts on Evolution, favorite memories as WWE fans, and we even played some super fun games with amazing prizes. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at LucyTWWE for even more content updates.